It must be a coincidence that when I'm under protection, let's check it out. What I don't want to show you. That's enough. That the strength comes back in the bones. So what can we think about this? Shit dogs. These bastards who waste my life. These bastards who have no ear to hear, because they just play blind like fools, and then later they want to whistle or not, and believe in censorship. These bastards, the shit dogs, one day after another. Nothing else. It's in my body, it's in my body. That's not a satellite drive. But this guy is in front of me. Shit. Here, what you receive here is, they would call it secret knowledge, but we just studied it. But we also figured out when people got too many hits, then first of all speak about an I consciousness, as you know it, I, like I am. And what happens then when they got too many hits and they are not able to regenerate, and yeah, goes down with them. They will start in some weird way to think about themselves in the third person. I would not call it schizophrenia, but it's not a good sign. And what is the English word for Selbstgespräch, for self-speech, when you speak with yourself, when you speak with yourself, you know, like in the kitchen or whatever. And they got a kind of third person speech and imagine something in their head with people and about himself, third person. That's not a good sign. Then they got too many hits. And often they will speak in a bit in a weird way, like I don't know how to copy it, but a bit with weird air, like how shall I copy that? With a weird sound. I just tell you, I've heard it that way. With a weird sound, with the air and speak with themselves. But doesn't matter. It's a bit weird. But the third person does matter. When they lose their I am, their I consciousness, they go a bit into third person, then it's not good. Never forget that. They got too many hits. And I did also not tell it everyone. But I looked at the people, and when they stayed on one place with the shit, I had my protection. Not good. So I'm still for death penalty. And also the measurement when the other people, direction government, has something in their hand, and now the satellite guy does not get me, that means he will go after other people. So I'm for death penalty. They have to publish it directly and not weasel around. It's enough. Enough is enough. Because for sure, when he does not get me, and when I'm in the center, I know how this, because they're psychos. Then let's check other people. That's how it is. And also when he did not get me after, and I was then on a place where he could get me, then he turned it totally hard on. He has this problem. But now we are going towards the end. Also, let us not forget that. And we have to push them in the corner. Simple as that. Thanks for your attention, and I hope you enjoyed the view. That's the first checkpoint. From here, you could shoot them down. A little bit down. Up in the tree, and behind us it goes deeper into the woods. This direction. So, hope you enjoy the view up there in the tree, on the tree. The first checkpoint. From here we can shoot them down. Here it goes down. And behind goes deeper in the woods. When it gets boring, we go a bit climbing. That's the cave where I live. Yep. There's my bedroom. Behind is a kitchen. And what I will do with the judge, I take a stone, and crush his fucking head. It was always a stone of stumbling. Crush the fucking head of each stone. I come now with the hardest attacks against me, and maybe also because I spoke yesterday something about Edstadler and the judge for the movie, but the gorges are not here. Everyone sees the puzzle, and it's the biggest lie. The biggest lie that only I'm in the center. I just get the hardest attack. They do not need to hide it anymore before me because I know that stuff. So they come with the hardest attacks Other would get softer attacks. So it's a complete lie if you say that only I'm in the center. And yes, with the hardest attacks possible to destroy me. And the gauges, I say it again, the gauges are not here. You saw it in the movie, what happened. And also the 8 bulges, and I get more, and they do nothing. So it's very clear. We see it all, also with the website. It's the biggest scam possible, and they just laugh. They laugh about it and hide it. It's ridiculous. And I say it again, I am not in the center, not just I am. They are able to attack everyone. You just get more soft attacks, not the real hard stuff like I get it, because I know that stuff already. They come now with the hardest attack possible. The hardest stuff which they have and want to get you everywhere. But it's a total lie to say that only I'm in the center. That's a lie, complete lie. That's what they want to build. That's what they want to tell other people, that they should believe, but it's a lie, a total lie. And it's maybe also because of the Edstadler video, but the gauges are not here. You have seen the bulges, and so you know who is guilty. It will remain the same. There's nothing to change about it. And they can also leave later, and they are guilty. Finish. And they do not publish it, and many other people are in danger. That is what it is. It's attack against civilists. The red man is here. Normally it would have taken 3 weeks, but brought it personally from the company. I hope it's correct, calibrated, because we have already measured it. And I don't go into detail now. And as I said, we measured it already. Now it's also here. And if you not play this game very long, you simply get nothing later. Also not the Soma. Other people would go into suicide with the hard stuff, or because of the hard stuff. And we played this game very long. You're idiots. I said it's the end, so you simply do not get the Soma later, nor the other stuff. That a little bit is true, about the Soma, that you know already, and so in that way, because of your incompetence, everything will be taken away from you. You will not get a second chance. It's exactly the 1,000 kilometers with the car, about which we have spoken. Because in Austria you need to make a check every year regarding the car, and some parts were missing, but he said, okay, with that check now you can drive 1,000 kilometers, and later we have to do that with the parts, etc. I said, okay, 1,000 kilometers. So soon is over this game. It will simply taken away from you. If you think you can play the fucking stupid idiot. It's so obvious that it would not even matter if you measure something or not. The same way about the pass. Also explain to the police, etc. All the people know it already. So it's the end, it will be taken away from you. Also because of your stupidity. 1,000 kilometers, much time you don't have. It's the end. Simple as that. I don't need you. And most funny, you destroy all your shoes in the woods. Yep, without soul. There is no soul on it. It's gone. Or here. That means when there is a hillside and the inclination is too hard. I don't know the English word. Stein we say in the German, not so, but more like so. Not so, but more like so, more down. Then you do it 10 times. and the shoe is gone. The shoes are gone. That means most shoes are worthless. And you can play also that edge down. But it's interesting, that's why I make a video. You will need to have shoes where you can glide down also here. How a soul is built up to a shoe, it's complete nonsense. You will need something more integrated. Integration. Not just with glue, put it up with. You can throw it away. Okay. And now we expose him. Wiltron Johann Saastingel. I say, you heard a bit in my voice that it turns it now fully on. This insane pig should from now on study himself. That's what I say. And the people will figure it out. And the measurement, we still keep it. Not more to say about it. We have to do with an insane pig. Insane pig. It turns it now on. You heard on my voice. And you never must give an answer to anything, but you think you can study me. That's what he believes. Look, I have won a little bit. I have won. Look at the video. Look what he does. That's how stupid he is. And then just regeneration. He's an insane pig. And everyone sees now, day after day, it will go worse for them. It will not go better. Everyone recognized it already. So what shall we do with these insane pigs? I say you have to find an answer. Simple as that. And now he sits at home. A little pig. I have to destroy his charisma. I have to destroy his charisma. And look at transmutation. How we watched him in the beginning. Often a pig remains a pig. But I have an innovation for it. With the pigs, also in Austria, 3D printer, and to build something around so that the pigs are not just in the little hall where you keep them, but that they can walk around outside the building. That's the best solution. You find it website, I think science chapter. And a pig often remains a pig. That's the problem. Can't change that. What more to say about it? It's all in the master poesy. We have pigs, then we want to have oaks again, many in Austria. I call it Renaissance. And the snow leopards, the king of the mountain. But the problem is you have to translate it, the poesy, to understand it. But whoever is interested. Pigs often remain pigs. That's the message today. And he can't change it. He cannot turn time back. What's like we go back. I made extra video about it. So what remains for him? Nothing. Absolute nothing. And that means a lot. And to have no solution. Or to think to fool later everyone and just stay here. Every day it gets worse. So normally we know what we should do with such leader. Yeah, he turns it on now. We know what we should do with such leader. But who knows, maybe he sits in a bunker. Maybe. Who knows? It turns now complete crazy. Unbelievable. What he turns on here. Also now again. But what matters is to explain what it means to be sealed. To be sealed means also to understand the spiritual imprint. To be spiritual minded. That's not for everyone. It is also not a false religiosity. No. It's simple to seek the higher thing. And so I have also pinned it on Twitter. Later in this video I will show it also via VNGC. And for sure he turns now complete crazy. This other guy. We expected that. But nevertheless, what true is remains true. The same with the mystic eye. You have it in front of your nose. Just read divine science. 7 days, 7 planets, 7 rivers, and all the other things. Always kept in the ancient rite, even on different places on earth, where nothing was connected between these people, but they had the stone, philosopher's stone, also called, but it's not the best word. And so you see, it was always here, since the Logos, since we received the Logos. The rest you read later on Twitter. With the VNGC, it's just the actual thing, but later will be something else added. So far so good, and all that is finished. And he really turns on strong, really strong. He really got angry now. You can imagine. You can imagine it. He turns completely crazy now. But nevertheless, the sealed will be the sealed. And the other side is the other side. There is no way around it, because you cannot go against the highest thing which exists, and in the same time expect to receive any anointing. Let's call it anointing. You cannot. It's not possible to receive anything. No, it's like a closed door for them. You will never get anything. It just goes down with them. Never forget that. Because the divine vision is what it is. When you just go against it, crash. It's like you crash against the wall. And also like written at Twitter, there's also another kind of baptism possible. Not everyone will believe that, but it is okay. And so far so good. We have to add one important thing. about the 144,000. When we speak about dogma, the first thing is about reincarnation. There's also a different meaning about it, about the word itself, just that you, in the meaning that you go to another heavenly planet, or not like as we see it today. But the meaning exists also that some believe like you reincarnate on this planet. Maybe. That's not the important thing for me. Should also not be for you. And for sure other heavenly planets exist, that I know for sure. And life goes on, life eternal. Life eternal. We know it turns on. So you have to understand it a bit, that I'm not in perfect condition to show you that, because even when I turn it on the camera, it will shoot a beam bullet because of sensory technology, etc. Now, so when we overcome that issue, which is not a big issue, because heaven and hell exists as we know it, and also explained in divine science, then the only thing which remains is if Jesus had a soul like we had when he walked on earth. And I would rather say when he walked on earth, he had a soul like we had. But the part remains, and those who share Logia Column can also put a little bit their own opinion into it. Yet the divine vision is what it is, and also symbolic language, etc. So they must study it for themselves, look into it. But I have no problem with that if someone pushes a bit his opinion to it and says, you know, he had the divine vision, he had to go into the second ascension, then was the satellite problem. Okay, I get it. It's also not about weird religiosity, because it is explained in divine science, even when I do not fully display it right now. What paradise means, the garden in you, the ecstasy, the joy, etc. But many Christians, general spiritual minded people know that already. What the highest thing represents. And with that said, okay, those people who share it with more people, they get for sure more out of it. Because that means also they show that they fully understand it. And some can receive a little bit anointing in between, like Vishnu or this or that. But about the main thing, it will be about the day. I just call it the day. The sealing and the day. More I do not say right now. There will be many people who will not believe in it. And it depends also how long I stay here. Or as it is written now on Twitter, expect summer end. On the other side, I display very much here, openly, for many people too much, even the canon. You know how it is. And so when we overcome this little dogmatic issue, which I would say only that thing remains, if you had a soul like we had, then we are fine. And if you ask if you can also put your own, what you have learned a little bit, your own view into it, okay, teach it, additional to it. But will be shared with everyone. It's about the sealing. And I hate the anointing. I hate, how should I explain it? I hate the real anointing with the purified oil, yet still have the stamp from the first ascension. So we stick with it. And some people can go faster up, other not. When I blink. You have it also in some texts, like old Gnostic texts, but the word does not really fit Gnostic. It's just later that they have used this word. But some texts are real. Maybe also some poesy, like also of Solomon. It's also about the stamp. You read also something. I have, with me it's the difference, I have it from my first ascension. It's not gone. And the other second thing with it is that those people who have the satellite and blah 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 have a problem because they will not share it. So we have a clear separation. But it's a separation between those other people and us, those with satellite, etc., and us, and a separation between higher spiritual minded people and lower spiritual minded people. Also that, but you must give everyone a chance. You cannot say this is a sheep and just stay with this or that. No, that's not the way. And with the deed, it's very easy, because to accomplish something, like to receive something, it needs also a deed. With that, we have everything together. Later, another video possible. And so far, I think you get it. You get it. And as I said, very much openly displayed here, even with their calm. But many people, again, but will not see it. Maybe 80%, maybe 90%, I don't know. You have to make it easy, because it should be simple, not complicated. Back to simplicity. And so also the end. I guess you bastards have to give an answer. Habt ihr jetzt? Wow.